It's no secret that being a parent is one of the most challenging jobs there is, but it also happens to be one of the most rewarding and important ones as well. Being a positive role model in your child's life can have such a profound impact on them for the years to come. So in this video, we'll go over 5 common mistakes that parents make and what you can do instead to help you develop traits that will make you a good parent. Let's jump right in. The first mistake parents make is nitpicking. Nitpicking is when parents look for small or unimportant errors or faults, which lead them to unnecessarily criticize their child. The problem with this is that when you are constantly nitpicking your child, they may come to believe that they can't do anything right, leading them to create faulty beliefs about themselves and their abilities. While having your child being able to do things correctly, it is also important for your child to know that it's okay to make mistakes sometimes, and that most people can learn from their mistakes they make. So if you want to stop having to nitpick and nag your child, start teaching your child how to handle responsibility. While most parents would find something to nitpick and correct their child about, use these opportunities to let your child learn from their mistakes. This isn't about shying away from teaching your children how to do something correctly, because you do want to teach the skill. It's just about allowing children the freedom to explore and learn without their parents nitpicking them. Another benefit of this way of parenting is that when your children feel like you are on their team, they are much more willing to listen and obey. The second mistake parents make is they aren't involved. Children from newborns to teens thrive from their parents' involvement during play, school, sports, etc. Studies have shown the impact that parents have on their children's academics. Children whose parents are involved are more likely to have higher grades and testing scores. Parental involvement is also important for young children since it can impact a child's cognitive development. The key to increasing your involvement in your child's life is by using this easy trick called power time. This is when you find activities that you and your child both like doing together, even if it's by setting specific time aside to help with homework. When using power time, you are letting your child know the specific time they can expect to spend time with you. When parents don't make time for their children or don't follow through, it can start driving a wedge between a parent and a child since the child doesn't want to continue having their feelings hurt. Okay, now that you know that scheduling power time is important, this can open the doors to your child questioning if this is going to continue to happen. This is where the next common mistake comes in. If you find that your child is nagging you about getting help with homework or about having to schedule time together, then you may be lacking consistency. When you lack consistency, you are setting up opportunities for your child to nag. This happens all the time in people's homes. Let's go over an example. Mom, can we watch TV yet? Not right now. Why not? Just one more show, please. I said not right now. You never let us watch TV. These types of conversations put both parent and child in a frustrated state of mind. Now, the parent either gives in to their child's nagging, or they overpower and give the child some form of punishment. Watch this clip with Matt Damon and Colin Ford in We Bought a Zoo to see an example of their conversation and how it puts a lot of stress and tension in their relationships, which leads them to getting mad at each other.
Talking about cornflakes, you hate me!
I hate you? Wait a second. Okay, we've had some problems, man, but we're figuring it out.
On the other hand, watch how Gru responds when Agnes thinks that she found a unicorn.
Honey, that's not actually a unicorn.
Huh? But he has one horn.
I'm sorry, sweetie, but he's just a goat.
Gru could have just left off the conversation right there, but Gru gives Agnes a better understanding of the situation.
Life is just like that sometimes. We're hoping for a unicorn, and we get a goat.
Now, this doesn't mean you have to always do what the child nags of you right then and there. You want to find ways to distract their attention elsewhere. This is called diversion therapy. You want to make it easy to finish up your task, but allow your child to know when they can expect you. It's important to realize that setting boundaries are very crucial to having a successful parent-child relationship. In fact, successful parents do this all the time. They let their child know when they can expect them. That way, their child feels no need to nag or remind. The easiest way you can use this method is to simply say, I need to finish what I am doing, so give me 20 minutes and I'll come help. Or, I don't have the time for that right now, but I do in 30 minutes. Instead of giving in or punishing your child when they nag you about spending more time with them. Now, you just don't want to quickly dive into boundary setting without hearing what your child has to say. This leads us to our next common mistake, which is parents often leave no room for their children to express their opinions. This next clip is a great example of when a parent jumps in too quickly without allowing their child to express their opinions.
Long. We both know I don't have the talent.
Jen, perseverance is 9/10 of mastering any sport.
Do you know what I want? No, you don't know what I want. Because you never cared.
When you are asking your child a question or stating a consequence, pause and hear what your child has to say before moving on. This will encourage your child to feel more comfortable about sharing their thoughts, feelings, or opinions. If you are constantly cutting your child off when they start sharing their opinions, they are going to start holding stuff in and withdraw, since they don't feel like what they have to say is important. To get your child to open up and share their opinions, you want to validate their response. When you are validating your child's response, you are letting them know that what they have to say is important. Kate in this conversation feels like Clint is willing to listen to what she has to say.
The Kingpin will not take this lightly. He's going to react. And he's going to do it in a big way.
Clint, this is my mess to clean up. You should go home. You should be with your family. You can still make it in time for Christmas.
Kate, you're my partner.
If you notice from the clip, Clint's tone of voice was genuine and not forced, which allows Kate to open up about her opinions and feel validated by Clint's response. These type of responses that validate your child's opinions instantly make them feel like a valued member of the family and can help grow their self-confidence. Let's go through a step-by-step example. Before your teen leaves the house to hang out with their friends, you calmly remind them of their curfew and they give you pushback by asking if they could stay out later. Open up the discussion by asking how late they think they should stay out. Next, you want to validate their response. Then give your opinion while still validating theirs. You want to work together to find a win-win solution that works for the both of you. This will show that you trust your child and value their opinion while still establishing boundaries and consequences if your child doesn't follow through on their end. Okay, now that we have touched on validating your child's opinions, it's now time to talk about the last common mistake. Mistake 5. Parents set up a double standard for their children by not holding themselves accountable. Your child isn't going to be motivated to want to develop healthy habits of self-control if you don't model it first as a parent. They will only do what they see. Here are 2 great tricks that successful parents do, and they are both really easy. The first one is to model accountability. This means that not only do you hold your children accountable, but you hold yourself accountable as well. You can do this by taking full responsibility for your actions and by thinking about the outcomes of your actions before making a decision.
You know that old window on Mrs. Pretty's back door?
Yeah?
Someone threw a ball and busted it.
Would you by any chance be that someone?
The second trick is to show accountability by making corrections. This is very similar to the previous trick, but now you are making direct corrections to your behavior. Instead of stating the correction as a criticism, communicate to yourself that is an opportunity for growth. For example, watch how in this clip that Yoda corrects Luke and uses this opportunity to help Luke grow.
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
No different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn what you have learned.
When you can apply this trick to your children, they will feel more accepted and understood. It's important to keep in mind here that the goal of parenting is to not get your children to behave the way that you see fit. The goal of parenting is to mold your children into responsible, loving adults who can say would make a positive impact in this world when they grow up. And these are the 5 traits that make up good parents. I hope this video has helped you, and I will see you in the next video.